Oh.
I'm gonna be here in an hour.
You can do it, but you probably are going to get hit with weather. They're telling us to tell everyone to do the 45 out of safety.
So everyone 45 out of safety.
Yeah.
Dang it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this past weekend, Kim, Ye, and I, we made our way to St. Genevieve, Missouri for the St. Gen Gravel Classic. So what's great about this event is I'm kind of from the area, and I went to high school and middle school in Farmington, Missouri. So Kim and I actually headed to Farmington Friday afternoon, and we got to see my stepmom and my dad. My dad is like a fantastic cook, so he made lunch. And then for dinner, we had these unbelievable filet mignon steaks and mashed potatoes. And we just hung out, and it was a really good time, and it was good to see them. And then the next morning was the day of the race. So from Farmington to St. Genevieve, it's only like a 30-minute drive. So we got up about 5:30 and then made our way to the race. What's cool about this event is St. Gen is actually the oldest French settlement west of the Mississippi River. So there's a ton of history in St. Gen, really cool old town with lots of cool stuff to see. So you pull up and they kind of block off this little downtown area, and this race is hosted by a group called Trailnet. So it's nice. They've got lots of porta potties there, do your morning business. They've got the check-in process was really smooth. They've got a guy that runs the timing system who kind of acts as a DJ as well, and he was awesome. So either way, we got our packets, we got changed. Kim was doing the 18-mile route, and I was doing the 78-mile route, which technically was supposed to be 81 miles. And then there was a 44-mile route. So there was something for everyone, which is also nice about this event. And I believe there was also a 3-mile route for little kids. So super cool.
Go crazy.
I got my boy Eric here. We rode together pretty much the whole day last year. What's up, dude?
What's going on?
With no plans, what I'ma do today. These are not the same, I got no shoes today. My baby missed me, wishing it was two of me. And I'm like, if I'm not doing what's the real deal. I've been up and down Pharaoh. Friend, bro, you did a real kill. Off the liquor and some pill bills. I've been at this since a church. Work. Tell little baby, make it twerk. Twerk.
I think they call this little ridge here Thunder Ridge. Pretty cool. It's like a levee, and it's grass. A little bit of gravel, but mostly grass. This year, the winds were coming out of the south. So last year, it was super windy at this race. This year, the wind was kind of flipped. We're on this like levee for probably a good 5 miles, going directly into a headwind. But I'm good with this because, you know, the beginning of a race, you're fresh, and honestly, I'd rather have a headwind to start the race and then tailwind to finish the race. Dude, shout out Trailnet for painting the road. Like, that's clutch right now. The signs are great, but sometimes those get moved or turned around. But the arrows on the road really help.
Top speed going top. 101 going pop. Getting hot. In the paint, never flop. At the rim like who? Get the crown like Braun.
So as we got onto some of the country gravel roads, I gotta say, this area is unbelievably beautiful. I think as a kid, you really don't appreciate the beauty of things. Even the night before when we were at my dad's hanging out, I kind of looked around his property and I thought to myself, man, I lived here for several years and I never really appreciated how beautiful this area is. Guys, St. Genevieve, this area, like the countryside, it almost feels like you're in another country, like you're in the countryside of France or something. I don't know. I've never been to France, but I imagine this is kind of how it looks like. It's just absolutely beautiful. These beautiful old houses, old farms. It's just a really pretty area. So around mile 21, we kind of came to a fork in the road where the 81-mile route had to turn right and the 44-mile route had to go left. There were some people like flagging us down. They were like, there's no 81-mile route. It's not happening. The 81-mile route is canceled for severe storms. So me and Eric, a guy I was riding with who was also on the 81-mile route, we were like, so we can't ride. They're like, no, there's really bad storms coming. So at this point, Eric and I were like, okay, I guess we're going to go with the 44-mile riders. And I didn't know how they were going to place it, but I had kind of prepared to ride 81 miles. So, this may have been a blessing for me, because if I was only doing 45 miles, I probably would have blown up, gone super hard from the start, but I still had some energy. So as soon as we were on the 44-mile route, I was like, all right, I'm laying the hammer down, everything I got. It's going to be a tailwind most of the way back. And I was racing.
Make it some and I'm spending some. What's the plan? Bet I get it done. It's me, yeah, neighborhood. It's me, yeah, give me some. Wifey icy, yeah, freezer. New friends, I don't need them. Checks coming by the spins. Kids eating.
Now, the other issue with this was I had the 81-mile route programmed on my computer, so I didn't have the 44-mile route downloaded. So luckily, there was this guy, John, that I met. He kind of helped me find my way, which I appreciate that. Thank you, John. And like I said, the course was marked really well, so that helped. But at one point, the GPS kind of corrected itself and it had me back on course, because eventually the 81-mile route looped back in and kind of tied back in with the route. So I didn't know at this point where I stacked up. So I was definitely passing some of the guys on the 44-mile route, but I had no idea how they were going to place the race. So I was thinking to myself, okay, you lay the hammer down, you're passing some people, you might be top 3 in the 44-mile route. And if they place the 81-mile route still, you might be first in that division. I honestly didn't know how many riders were off the front at the start of the race. So as soon as I crossed the finish line, there was a guy kind of standing there. He's like, hey man, I think you got third. And I was like, dude, that would be sweet. They're going to podium top 3. So I go to the guy who is running the finish line, like the timing system, the timer guy / DJ. He was awesome, by the way. I mean, I feel bad for race organizers anytime they have to cancel a ride or cut a ride short, because they can't control the weather. And the storms that were coming were absolutely gnarly. So I'm very thankful, honestly, that they didn't let us ride into those. But either way, I go to the timer guy and I was like, hey, this is my name. I'm assuming you're going to bump everybody to the 44. And he's like, no, we're still going to place out each category. So it looks like you were actually first in the 81-mile route. And I was like, holy shit, I won a bike race. I've never won a bike race. So they do the podiums, and Kim, who was actually doing the 18-mile route, she got second in the 18-mile overall women's division. So that was freaking awesome. And I was the champion in the 81-mile route. Now, here's the thing about podiums. I was fortunate enough to win a high school wrestling state title for Farmington. We used to beat up on St. Gen, actually. We were kind of rivals. Just want to throw that in there. But I've had lots of podiums. Podiums are cool, whatever. Now, I'm 36 years old. I'm 220 pounds, 6'2". I've got clapped up knees. I'm a grown man racing bikes. And getting a podium is like the biggest deal in the world for me. Now, I don't race bikes to get podiums. I race bikes to challenge myself and push myself, but I'm not going to lie. Getting on a podium feels good. But there was kind of some rumblings after the race, like, hey, there was a few guys that missed the cutoff and they got rerouted at mile 30. I get on Strava after the race when I got back to my mom's house, and sure enough, there was at least 2 riders that didn't get rerouted to mile 30. So they actually did 56 miles and I did 44. So technically, yes, I won the race, but would I have caught those 2 guys if they didn't have the reroute? I don't know. I mean, shit happens, but these guys seem like they were pretty strong guys. I'll take it. It's a podium. I'm stoked about it. But either way, the atmosphere at this event is fantastic. I actually, the winners won a jersey, and I got a jersey and gave it to my mom. They had a beer token. There's a guy playing the guitar. The whole atmosphere is just fantastic. They had a food truck. And I gotta say this about Trailnet. They have a really cool thing going on. So they have the StG Gravel Classic, which is, I believe, the first gravel race in their series of gravel events. So they're hosting 2 more gravel events this year, but it's kind of cool. If you want to sign up for all 3 Trailnet gravel events, they have a package deal that will save you some money as opposed to signing up for the races individually. And then myself, my mom, and Kim, we walked around downtown St. John. We checked out some of the super old historic buildings. And then after the race on Saturday night, Kim and I and my mom went back to Hillsboro, where my mom lives. I had some family come over. We got Emo's Pizza because you can't visit St. Louis and not get Emo's Pizza. So we got some Emo's Pizza. We hung out, and honestly, it was just a really, really good weekend. But either way, guys, I appreciate you checking out the video. Those Trailnet events that I was talking about, I'm going to link those in the description of the video. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, keep crushing it.
Hey, what's this guy doing here?
Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started.
Cooler in hand.
That's right. Oh, we're matchy.
Good to see you.